For today's edition of the RDP Advent Calendar, instead of giving you calisthenics training tips, I want to give you a calisthenics training mentality or perspective that has helped me a lot in helping me build muscle and strength. So I get the question a lot where people say, can you build as much muscle as like a bodybuilder or weightlifter with calisthenics training? And it's not so much about is calisthenics effective or anything. It's coming from a mentality of, is my calisthenics training going to be very limiting in my ability to build the muscle that I want, or am I just better off with the weights and not even bothering? Now we could go and just debate left and right on whether or not calisthenics builds muscle and stuff, but to really get to a good answer about this question, we've got to ask ourselves, what is truly responsible for your potential to build as much muscle as you can? There's actually a lot of pieces to the muscle building puzzle. First off, you've got lifestyle factors, okay? This includes exercises. What are you doing? How are you doing it? How well are you doing it? What's your program like? What tools are you using? All of these things are influences to the exercise puzzle. Now, on top of exercise, you also, of course, have dietary considerations. How much are you eating? What are you eating? Is it good food or are you just eating junk and candy all the time? How frequently? How stable is your diet? Plus, you also have other lifestyle factors that very much influence your recovery. So these include things like sleep. Once again, how long are you sleeping? When are you sleeping? How well are you sleeping? How deep are you sleeping? Stress management as well. Are you having some fun every single day? Is your life feeling like positive and fulfilling, or are you just depressed all the time? So these lifestyle factors all come into consideration that influence your muscle building. It's not just lifestyle habits too. Your environment is hugely influential to your ability to build muscle. First off, you got your social environment. What about the friends and family you have? If all of your friends like to lift and build muscle, and your dad used to be a bodybuilder and your uncle showed you how to deadlift when you were 5 years old, chances are much better you're going to build muscle. But if instead your friends are always saying, skip the gym, and you don't want to get too big and bulky and come drinking with us every time that you want to go and hit the gym, you're going to be in a much different situation socially that's going to have a huge impact on your ability to build muscle. Then, of course, you've got your genetic environment. We have a certain genetic disposition. And the science du jour these days, of course, is epigenetics, that you can turn your genes on and off with various factors like diet and exercise. But the genetics that you bring to the table have a huge impact on your ability to build muscle. As they say, you can't turn a bulldog into a greyhound and vice versa. So some of us just have way better genetics for building muscle. Some of us, it's going to be a bit more of a struggle. Another influence in your environment is just your resources. Are you growing up in some place where everybody's fit, athletic, and there's gyms on every corner, like when I was in Colorado? Or are you in a place where there's a McDonald's on every street corner and the nearest dumbbell is for miles around? That's going to play a big role in what is considered normal in your daily habits. And then, of course, last is your mental environment. I would even go so far as to say this is more important than your workouts, because your ability to visualize and believe your ability to get results is monstrously influential. People tell me all the time, Matt, I don't believe I can build muscle with calisthenics. Yep, you're probably right. You probably couldn't. And this isn't just calisthenics. I've seen this across the board as a trainer. People have that belief deep within in their subconscious, telling them like, I can't get in shape. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not the kind of guy who can build muscle. I'm a hard gainer. They got this rhetoric going through their head all the time. No matter what they do, they'll never build. It's just not possible. They could do Arnold's program hard as possible, follow his diet to a T, they'll still stay kind of small. But I've also seen people who have a belief in the most absurd systems. A guy one time believed he could lose weight eating jelly beans. And he did. Why? Somehow he believed it. He thought it would work, and it did. So oftentimes, your mental ability and the mentality you bring every day to your workouts and to your diet can make or break your results in just that. And then, of course, we have other miscellaneous influences. Drugs, for example, play a big role. A lot of our perception on what is possible in general is largely distorted. Plus, I'm a real big believer that success is a beautiful mystery. We don't have all the answers. There's probably a ton of influences that we still don't even understand. And some of us who achieve success are just getting some of these influences nailed down by sheer luck. And others are doomed to just be ignorant of them, and they don't even know that they're missing key parts. So coming back to our question of, can calisthenics bodyweight training produce results like bodybuilding style methods? It's almost impossible to really say, because there are so many other variables in one's life that probably have much more influence over your potential to build muscle than what your choice of exercise is. So there's a few lessons to take away from this video. One, of course, what you're doing is important, but it's more important that you enjoy it, you believe in it, and you believe in yourself and your ability to get the results. Because if you don't have those, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what the science is behind it. You can look at bodybuilders and be like, well, they use this kind of equipment and this kind of program all day long. Doesn't matter. If you don't believe in your ability to get bigger and stronger, you won't. It's that simple. Also, consider other rate limiting steps. Chances are very good the actual workouts that you do probably don't have that much of a make or break influence on your results. Things like belief, as I mentioned before, lifestyle factors, stress management, diet, sleep, and other factors like that are probably by far the biggest limitation in your ability to get results. And lastly, here's the perspective that I have with calisthenics is, am I being limited by bodyweight training? Well, as far as I know, I can't do one-arm push-ups, let alone 3 or 4 sets of 20. I can't do one-arm pull-ups. I can't do jumbo shrimp squats. I can't do pistol squats with my arms across my chest for sets of 20. I can't do a lot of bodyweight exercises. So when I look at things like that and say, well, if I'm still challenged by calisthenics training and there's a lot of runway out there that I still have yet to accomplish, then no, the limitation is not in bodyweight training. The limitation is up here, here, or something else in my life. It's not at all the method in and of itself. So those are my thoughts. Let me know yours down below. Have you been successful in building muscle with calisthenics? Do you use body weight and weightlifting together? Let me know down below in the RDP community. We'd love to hear from you. Till then, be fit, live free.